Hello, everyone, and welcome to another Toonkind at 12 FPS. I am one of your hosts today. You can all call me Fletch. I'm going to be playing my horrible little gremlin child who goes by the name of Camille. And joining me today is a very good friend and a wonderful person who I love so very much.
Hi, I'm Avi. And today I'll be playing your local stink man, real kind detective, Shirazumi. Yeah, he's been having a time. It's cool.
It got a little bit better with the festival game, but I am expecting for things to go downhill once more.
As they do,
As
as
they
they are
do.
wont, as they are wont to do. With Azumi.
Yeah, Azumi really is just like that. Um, but yeah, so things. There's been a few events that have happened that they should probably talk about a little bit more in depth. Um, some of them angsty, others silly. So we'll see where things land today in terms of the tone of this FPS. Uh, Azumi is going to have at least one crisis, though we know that for sure.
Oh, we absolutely know that for sure.
Legally, he's obligated to have this crisis. But
You make it sound like it's contractually binding.
yeah. He knows Camille, it is.
uh, Legally mandated crisis.
Camille is very good at giving people crises, I've learned. It's fine.
Yeah.
Um, it it's fine. But yeah, so that brings us today where one of the things that Azumi needs to be updated on is where exactly Camille's living now because uh like they both know Camille's been moving and like there probably is still the apartment for a little bit longer, but yeah, he he's for the most part he's living with his brother Leo again and the other brothers that come along with Leo. uh which I'm sure has had no impact on Izumi's emotional state whatsoever, huh?
I look at those rolls.
Yeah,
No, what you talking about?
for reference to your audience, Azumi did some whiz saves and got a 13. And then he got a 25 on that deception.
Yeah, hang on, Maki's trying to get into my lap, but she's doing that thing where she's standing on my leg and not sitting down.
Oh yeah, Iggy does that all the time.
Okay, there we go. Thank you, Maki. Yeah, you want to say something? Thank
Oh,
you. Now for a word from our sponsors.
Kitty.
Alright. Alright, but yeah! He sure is here. Do you want to keep that roll?
Yeah, sure. They're probably making their way over to the house. Probably on their probably have left Moria's office for the day, and they're making their way over. And I look at that deception and how Camille decided to grab the dice by the throat and say he's meeting that.
Oh, he is absolutely meaning that. Okay. Well, thank goodness for Kalash to our advantage on with saves, cause 13's better than a 6. Uh,
Yeah.
Yeah, as I try to figure out how to put my thoughts into goddamn words. It's he's not upset. I don't think is the proper term for it. Um, it's more like nerves. Yeah,
Oh.
for some reason he's nervous.
Yeah, I think Camille notices that, files it away, and as they get closer, is probably just gonna very casually mention that the other members of the household, for one reason or another, are out for today.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Leo
Leo
doesn't
has
have
work.
work, and Juby and Timmy are probably out doing some crime boys stuff together.
Oh
Timmy
my
dragged
god.
Juby to the Chuck E. Cheese party.
The cheesy Chuck.
Yeah. Well, we'll see how those two manage the cheesy Chuck. Yeah, Juby was really wanting to scam some things, so what better than what better than cheesy Chuck, I guess.
Yeah. I will say, uh, I do not like the thought that Azumi handed me, so I'm just gonna sit on that for a bit.
Oh boy. Oh boy. I love it when Izumi hands you things because they're never good.
I just smacked the roof of this boy. He's having
He's having so many crises.
he's having so many crises, and none of the thoughts he's ever given me have been positive, except for the festival cake.
Now I hold him. But yeah, either way, they probably uh, arrive to the house without much incident. Maybe a murder. It's fine. If so, it's 100% off screen. Don't worry about it.
The regularly scheduled murder.
It happens. Yeah, so otherwise, not really much of an incident as they uh, head up to the house, and let's roll hammer space to see if Camille can get the keys.
Oh boy.
So that's a 1.
Oh my god.
We're
Are
doing
we
this again.
fumbling? We're fumbling this early, guys.
So you roll up to the house. Camille reaches into his pocket, and why did you have to roll that number?
What is it?
He pulls out the calling card from the spirit roast.
Why do
God.
you still have that?
Well, why wouldn't I? And he puts that away.
Zooey just like affectionately rolls his eyes.
Don't worry, he's totally not looking into the spirit rugs, buddy. He's totally not found himself a new case.
Totally.
Yeah, also because I think of how dice work, it has to be a 6 or above, so we got close, but no cigar.
Oh my god.
I'm gonna re-roll this because that's 3 15s in a row. Uh, Okay, so you just had to be funny there, Dice.
Oh my god.
That's a 14. Uh, can you not roll 15? Dice, sure. And he pulls out a Phantom L calling card, which is in fact shaped like a big fat L.
I guess he's taking the L right now.
Yeah, Camille just looks at it and sighs. That is not what I want. And he finally pulls out the keys and unlocks the door and opens it up for the both of them.
Yeah, for sake of funnies, Azumi, in the middle of all of this, checked his wrist. He doesn't have a watch.
Looks like it's time for you to get a watch.
Well, look at my wrist.
I think if Camille notices him doing that, he's just gonna roll his eyes right back at Azumi.
Brothers here? Absolutely not.
Yeah, they're just bro workers. Yeah, so the door is opened and Camille lets you inside.
And he steps inside.
And Camille's going to go. Is there anything that you want from the kitchen?
He kind of just shrugs while looking around. He just goes, water's fine.
There is a little nod, and he pads off to the kitchen to get some hydration for the both of you.
Yeah.
He does point you in the direction of the living room to go and get comfy if you so desire.
Yeah, and for the sake of posterity, I'm gonna roll perception because I want to see this how much this man perceives. A fuck ton. Okay.
Yeah, that's a 27. You sure do perceive a lot. Hey Marzi, this is Leo's house. So
I see Marcy typing. There were so many ornate clocks.
yeah, first of all, so many ornate clocks everywhere on the wall. Oh god, the clocks are
They all
musical.
go up. Are you kidding? All at once.
Yeah, so the clock strikes the hour and suddenly so many songs start playing all at once.
Oh, wonderful. So he goes to sit down.
I'm gonna give you that. Probably, other than that, it does seem to. It's very much a normal house. There's definitely a little bit of wear and tear to it. If it's been lived in for a while. Uh, there's also probably a mishmash of stuff from the other brothers who have started to live here as well. And Neil does pad. Uh-oh. Why do I hear dice?
I dropped my fucking dice. Don't worry about
Okay.
it.
Yeah. Many sweaters draped on chairs. A very normal bookshelf. Don't worry about it.
A
And
very normal.
yeah, don't worry. Um, and Camille probably pads back in with water for both you and himself. Like, sorry about the clocks, Leo. just keeps getting more.
And Azumi just kind of glances back at them. Because I know these kind of like musical clocks. They kind of like go on for like a good half minute, maybe longer.
Yeah.
Listening to the tail end of that cacophony, and he's just. You have to live with that.
I have to live with that.
You have to live with that.
Yeah. I've been debating on slowly turning them off one by one.
Azumi snorts at that.
I mean, he's not gonna notice for at least a few weeks. It's not like I'll be damaging them. Usually there's a setting to make sure that they don't do that. You He's just a little tired, don't worry about it.
No, I think you should.
There's a nod from Camille as he's just like, I think I should too. I mean, they're probably gonna blame someone else if it's noticed anyways.
And Azumi just kind of chuckles, takes his cup and sips it.
He was also going to do a little sippy from his cup.
Sorry, you said little sippy from his cup, and all I could imagine was sippy cup, like the ones that the toddler has, and I'm just like, no, no.
He does have normal cups, but sometimes his brother's Timmy likes to harass him with sippy cups.
Oh, wonderful, love that.
It's fine. Don't worry about it. So he's vibing as
Speaking of the baby.
baby wants sleep.
Alright, we're good.
Alright. Yeah, so probably just vibing for a moment before he looks up at you like, uh, so anything new on your end?
God, literally everything that just recently happened to Azumi just blanked from my mind.
Fair. I mean, I look at some of the stuff that recently happened to Izumi. That is still an ongoing case that he has no intention of telling Camille about right now.
Yeah, and technically speaking, that game hasn't finished, so I just hold that.
Yeah, we don't need to worry about that now.
Yeah. Anyway.
So,
Mm. I think in that case he just kind of shakes his head and he's just nothing unusual for me.
well, that's good, I think.
And you? Have you been getting into trouble lately?
Um, well,
Don't answer that. I know how much of a case magnet you are.
Yeah. But aside from that, I mean, you were kind of there for one of them, but there is something else at I I have no idea what a funny way to make him wild shape is right now.
Out of distress.
Yeah, he's just like, there is another sort of recent development that I didn't really get the chance to talk to you about.
And Azumi just kind of raises a brow at you.
Well, I mean, it's not really him. Well, it's kind of hard to explain, but well, you see, um, and I think he kind of just blinks, and then there's a poof. No wait, I'm taking that back. He's like mid about to say something, and then one of the clocks, which was set to be just a little bit later than the rest, uh, goes
As
off
a prank.
very loudly right behind him, and then there is a poof, and no, there's no longer a little boy. There's a very, very tiny black kitten with a little hat and a little bow tie.
Oh my god. Azumi Azumi startles at this revelation. One, he startles because of how fucking loud that clock was. And like when he looks back, Camille is a goddamn kitten.
Yeah.
And he's just staring.
Camille looks so very tired and unimpressed. As there's just a sad little view.
I love that this is what my brain came up with. Okay, hang on. First of all, Camille is a sad little meow meow for real, confirmed.
He's done it. He's become the poor little meow meow.
Um and Azumi still kind of staring bewildered. Gently picks up Camille in both hands. Kittens are very tiny.
They are very, very small.
They are very small. And he's just... Camille, how are you that small?
And he kind of just buries his head in his paws.
Do you want to insight check this stupid man?
God. That's a 12.
I look away.
Alright. Well, now you got a 27.
Fantastic. Alright. Camille, you have given this man a crisis.
Wonderful.
It's not like a bad, like, a bad Crisis trademark. It's more like you can tell that first of all he thinks this is so adorable. He thinks it's so cute. But with all that, there is underlying concern because holy shit, you just turned into a tiny kitten. And confusion because how the fuck did you turn into a kitten?
Oh. Yeah, Camille is just. He does a little kitten sigh and flops into Azumi's hand.
I wonder if Mind Link still works.
Um,
I think it does because you still technically understand languages.
he does still understand all of the languages he knows as a person.
Okay, in that case, Mind Link should work.
Yeah, and he does still count as a creature.
Yeah.
So yeah, uh, you mind link with Camille, and you, as you've kind of probably gotten used to by this point, get to hear the funny little rhythm again.
And he's just, is this what you were going to tell me about?
Yeah, Roll of Funny kind of got in the way.
He's not saying it, he's not saying it, he's not saying it!
Are you gonna say you don't believe in the rule of funny, buddy? Because
No, no. The thought I had, I'm pretty sure was me or Arata jumping out, but it was a joke.
oh my gosh. Listen, we can get into the violence talk a little bit later. For now, funny kitten time. Yeah, he's just plopped into your hands.
You can just fit in his hands.
Yeah.
I think absentmindedly he does kind of like. Sorry, I was going to say that he was going to like give you a gentle like rub on your back with his thumb, but like all I could think of was that fucking Looney Tunes meme. You know, the one of the dog and the tiny kitten.
I mean, is that not basically their relationship?
Yeah.
Alright, well, if he's gonna do that, I do have to make a.
What was that?
That was the con save. You start petting him, and he immediately just melts and starts purring.
I don't know how to describe his expression. Cause he's like you know that neutral face on Discord? The emoji? It's like that, but it's barely restraining the goddamn cooing that like he is doing internally.
Oh my gosh. Oh, Azumi beloved. Yeah, he's That was a nat one. He is zoned the fuck out right now.
Yeah. Gently gives you a rub, and then he just kind of stops.
As you stop, he does kind of come back to himself with a bit of a start. And then another.
Zumi's watching, nothing happened.
She's just like, yeah, I do that too.
Zumi at a loss of words.
He was just gonna sigh and press on as he's just
Anything Azumi can say would be in the vein of like Camille's really fucking adorable. Doesn't want to make it seem like he is making fun of him for this.
Oh, beloved.
Yeah, he's just holding Camille. Having a crisis.
It's fine. This is completely normal bro workers things. And also because I love to put Azumi in situations.
Oh wait, I know exactly what he's going to say. Camille, this is the third time I've asked, but can things stop happening for you for 2 minutes? Please.
Evidently not. Also, how are Laughter and Courtney doing? Out of curiosity.
Lofter's laughing his head off. I want you to like I can't describe it. He's Lofter himself is this emoji.
Oh my
And
gosh.
Courtney is the fucking the big heart eyes emoji.
Oh my gosh. Oh, that is wonderful.
So it's definitely a total difference between the two of them as Azumi is just tuning them out.
Just gently putting up the divider.
just hits uh, the windows. Fuck, what's it called?
Curtain?
The button for the window.
uh, yeah, so Camille's, he just another little baby kitten sigh is he's just um it's also not just cats. One time I turned into a mouse around Minami. So there's that.
You say that, and Azumi just kind of squints, and he's just. You're not a druid, are you?
I think I'm a druid.
And he sighs, and he's just. I do not know how you've managed to wild shape like this. Wow.
I don't really have a lot of control over it, but uh yeah, there's that now.
And he's just well, suppose that's a thing for us to unpack.
Yeah, I don't know how it happened. Uh, is all right. We're just gonna. Okay, you're just gonna do that for clarity's sake, I guess. Um, he's just because Camille doesn't have magic, and Sam was a bard.
Hmm. So this is entirely something new. Alright.
Yeah,
Do you, do you know when this started?
well, I think uh, and he's gonna take a moment to think for and yes, there is the teeniest of ear twitches as he does so.
Azumi resists the urge to play with his ears.
Azumi is stronger than any of us.
He's
Yeah.
doing his best. He doesn't want to see the dig.
Yeah. And I think after he quickly mentally sorts through stuff, he's just, oh, this probably started to happen after I got out of the hospital. Because I didn't wild shape then, but I uh found
You
out
did
that
start to talk to Jeannie, yes.
yeah.
Uh,
So that was probably the start. Um and then I didn't wild shape until I started living here.
and he's just kind of thinking, and he's just, that can't be a direct result of a change of heart. That is. And he's just, you can just see the gears turning, but he's not reaching like a satisfying conclusion. He's just, guess you're a fucking druid now.
Yeah, that's kind of the spot they're both in right now. And you know, there's another little sigh as his tail flicks. And he's just like, I'll see if I can ask Jeannie about it at some point. He might have some more information.
And he kind of just nods.
that's not the only thing that's been happening.
Oh dear.
Yeah,
And he just holds you.
yeah, there's a little droop of the ears because, yeah, no, he gets it. As he's just, oh, so I, told me about my situation a little while
Good.
ago. Uh, I, yeah, I do remember you being a little mad in regards to that.
Yes, I was.
I mean, in my defense, I didn't know that she. I didn't realize that we were that close. It's. I mean, I know now. Believe me, multiple people have informed me of that. But at the time, I didn't realize that she would have been so affected.
Azumi, you can't say that, you goddamn hypocrite.
Oh, buddy.
We're taking that later. Anyway.
I squint at Izumi, buddy.
No, it's funny cause Azumi doesn't know what friends are either. Anyway.
God, they're both so stupid. And he's just like, but that is besides the point. Uh, so Minami said that she saw me, or she saw Sam, except that that is a little impossible, as you know.
Yes. That is not at all possible. She saw you.
Yeah, she, uh, apparently, um, someone has been trying to make sure that I actually am dead by, maybe, no, yeah, someone's,
Pretending to meet you.
yeah, it's probably, uh, it's probably those people, um, considering who they appeared to, and they most likely wanted to see their reactions to make sure that I really was dead.
So we're going off the assumption that this is the same person who tried to kill you.
If not the same person, then someone from the same group.
Azumi nods, and he is keeping that anger under check.
Oh boy!
Thank God he's not a toon, because all I can imagine is that fucking anime stylization where he's like, where they have like the fucking angry aura radiating.
Yeah. Uh, and he's just, but, um,
Menacing.
things. And yeah, it's kind of obvious. Camille's not really good at hiding uh his emotions when he is Kitty, and he has ears and a tail that very much are emotive. Yeah, he's very upset and nervous over this development, considering the implications of all of that. As he's just, I. Leo hasn't seen that person at least. I'm not sure why, but it seems that Minami did, and it seems that uh, Quinn did as well.
Quinn?
Uh, yeah, um, God.
Yeah, this is Azumi's first time hearing about Quinn.
Yeah. Azumi starts on this as well. um, as he was just like, right, Quinn is, or was my rival. He's another detective from Forsenal, and we used to uh, hang out and try to solve cases in the summer. Uh, it turns out that he heard about my death and decided to come and investigate. And yeah, he's also been seeing that person a lot.
Hmm.
I love the whole gallery just going gay. He hasn't even done anything yet.
Come on, guys. Cut him some slack. I will say, I will say, um, thank you, baby. I will say, Camille has not given him anything to indicate that there is a romance there. So,
No,
uh, yeah, he does not know about the gay, homosexual gay
just yet. Um,
yet.
yeah,
Keyword yet.
because after Zubi sort of nods in confirmation at that, Camille is just also he might sort of be here to uh, track down the people who killed Sam, and I don't think he's going to get revenge via arresting them.
Ah, and Azumi decidedly does not say what he first thought.
Was his first thought like good or something?
His first, yeah, pretty much, yeah. His second thought was, wait, they're the same. Hang on.
Yeah, this 16-year-old, because I don't think we've hit Quinn's birthday yet. Um, this 16-year-old is currently in an entirely different country, on a murder revenge quest.
Yeah.
So
And
that's fun.
Azumi's just sitting here, and he's just, I see. He, puts his hand so you can, like, rest in his lap, and, like, takes one hand and rubs it against his face.
Yeah, Camille is now settled in your lap.
You are very tiny.
He is very, very small. And he kind of looks up at you like, we um, decided until we figure out what's going on with him, uh, that he, and he probably shouldn't know he was right about the murder thing.
Hmm. Yes, that's probably for the better. Can't believe this. Alright. Uh, any other earth-shattering revelations that I should know about? Because frankly, it just seems you have a lot of those.
Yeah, uh, I'm starting to get what you mean when you say that things keep on happening to me. But
It is frankly absurd.
just a little bit. On,
I look at future games.
yeah, just on one last note regarding the situation, though, if you you don't have to, but if you do run into Quinn, could you try and keep an eye on him for me?
Consider it done.
And there is a very visible relieved slump as um he he looks up at you very relieved, doing a little kitty smile. You know the kind. Uh
Yeah, the little squinty ones.
yeah. As he's just thank you. That really means a lot, Shiro.
Of course. He gives you a little pat on the head with like a finger.
Camille has been pat. Also, just the visual of them having this conversation while Camille's
You've been
continuing.
catified.
Uh, Nothing like it. It's wonderful. And yeah, Camille kind of just pauses to think for a moment as he's just, well, the last earth shattering revelation that uh, at least comes to mind right now uh, is. Oh, you were there for that.
Water.
And there's a little nod.
Hmm. Well, we don't exactly know for certain, but the similarities line up considerably well, so it can't be dismissed as coincidence. But the only person we know who has a sample of that water is Tome, and unfortunately, he does not seem too keen on giving that up.
And there's a nod from Camille. He's just there is uh, a lot to unpack there.
And oof, my leg just popped. Okay,
Oof,
we're good.
pats you.
And Azumi just kind of sighs and kind of you again.
Hmm? You cut out for a moment.
He's just kind of gently holding you again. Um, and
Camille
oh,
he's accepting being held and is sort of just curled up a little in your hands.
Azumi has a moment of holding back a coo.
Normal bro worker things.
No more normal bro worker things. um, as he kind of just sighs and he says, "But it does give us quite a bit of insight into the situation, especially with the hopefully might help a certain doctor you're seeing."
There is a nod as he's just, though that would mean, I think for that doctor, just saying that would sound a little, I don't think it would help much unless we actually had a sample.
Mm, indeed. Well,
And then we're not
hmm?
kind of hesitates a bit as he's just there's a sigh and he's just even then that from how Tom put it, it didn't seem reversible.
We don't know that for certain, Camille. We don't know for certain if this water, whatever it is, this misted, we don't know for that's what. And if it is related to the poison. All we know is that it is a component of the poison, not the whole poison.
Camille does.
Human meddling can only go so far. And that said, I refuse to believe the chances are impossible.
Man, Azumi being an optimist is fucking wild to me.
The
That
only
whole
reason
thing.
he's being optimistic is because that's him bro worker.
That's him, bro worker. And Camille does kind of look up at you in a little bit of surprise, and then he nods. Like, I hope that you're right and that it is possible.
And he kind of just sighs. And he says, "Oh, that is certainly a line you handed me. Okay.
Oh
You're not
boy.
saying that out loud."
Oh,
But he
I'm
does
full of fear.
but he does kind of just sigh and he says, "Admittedly, it's not a optimal situation. Our chances are still very slim considering what little we know. But I'll take that over nothing."
And gives you another nod. Just yeah, you have a point.
Mm,
There's a bit of a pause as he thinks, and a little twitch of the ear as he's just. So, what should we do to know more, I suppose?
Hell if I know. It's not exactly a well known thing, mistids in this water.
Seems like the only one with any information is Tome.
Hmm.
True, Tome did mention other people, but Tome
Yeah,
is
there were.
the one that Camille trusts, so to
Yeah,
speak.
yeah. I look at the audience. Uh,
No, you're good.
and he just simply sighs, and he's just. I believe our best bet may be to just work along with Tome on this case.
And there is another nod. Just at least or what parts he'll actually let us work with him on.
Then we better make those moments count.
Man, I sit here with so many emotions. How dare you?
Shakes a stinky man at you.
Yeah. Camille smiles at you again, and this time it's accompanied by a little purr, even. As he's just like, yeah, you're right.
Of course I am.
Well, that's a little haughty of you, don't you think?
uh, he's giving. He he doesn't like flick your ears, but he does like uh play with your ears a little bit.
Alright, let me roll con. Alright. This
Did he
time,
die again?
he is not dead again this time. He is putting up a valiant fight to kind of squint at you.
Need I remind you that I'm older than both Camille and Sam?
But are you older than them combined?
Hang on. I don't believe that's how this works, Camille.
I don't know. I feel like maybe I deserve some perks for this whole situation.
The only perk is being held. And he does that thing where he like holds you in both hands so like only your head is poking out.
there's there's a little angry from him. A little wiggle.
And he smiles smugly.
Thank
Be
you,
held.
Noodle. As Noodle says, hold him like he owes you money. uh, I think there's just a Chiro.
What?
Let me go.
Perhaps you should have thought of this before you turned cat-sized.
I can't help that.
Get out!
Oh my god.
Thank you, audience.
You can always rely on the audience to give us great jokes.
And after a moment, he does kind of like he does let you go, and he just kind of lets you rest on his lap again.
He does very much does very much like take a few steps away, but like he's tiny and is still on your lap and just sits down in a huff.
Angry meowing.
Yeah.
Alright, stop complaining.
Well, maybe you should have thought of that before.
No, I don't regret it.
I can still make you regret it. I'm still stuck as a cat. I can meow my head off.
Yes, and I know one more trick. And then he pets your back again.
Camille tries, but he kind of just flops over onto his side and starts purring.
And he stops and he says, "See?"
That that's cheating.
I don't believe it is.
Uh, it's cheating because I said so. And that's that.
Okay, Azumi's giving me a vibe. And because he's not a normal fucking ass, outright, is it cool if he rolls like a general insight on Camille? Because joking around is all like fun and good, but like he wants to know if, with all these bullshit that's been happening, if he's actually doing okay.
Yeah, you can.
Alright, here we go. Oh, disgusting. Big brother instincts.
Well, it's not a nat 20, but that is a 29.
Yeah.
It's close to it. He really does just laser eyes at Camille, huh?
Yeah. He holds Camille.
Yeah, Camille, he's doing pretty alright, all things considered. Like, he's not really all that worried over being a Druid, mostly because, like, it's not really anything, that's harmful and, sort of, it's, it's very, very low on his list of worries. Uh, the other two things are kind of still bothering him a bit, but it's not overwhelming at least. Mostly just he's not quite sure how to deal with either of those things. But for the most part he's fine. Uh, I look at future games. For the most part, he's fine.
Love that.
Yeah, uh, like there's a little bit of something, but it doesn't. It's hard to pick out what, since it doesn't seem to be connected to any of the things he told you about today.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Files that away for later.
Don't worry about it. Don't worry
I'm
about it,
so
buddy.
worried about it. Anyway, um, Azumi kind of just settles back a bit, and he's giving me the vibes of letting Kitten Camille play at his fingers, you know, like how a kitten will just like attack hands, but it doesn't really do
Yeah, let me roll
much.
it. Let me roll. Okay. Yeah, I guess we do have. Uh, I guess that does work.
Wonderful.
That was safe to not attack the fingers. That's a 7. You start playing with him, and he immediately goes all in.
Wonderful. He's enjoying this.
At some point, there is. Uh, at some point during this time, there is a sudden poof, and now there is a child on your lap.
Wonderful.
Because I think that's funny.
And Azumi just casually holds you there. And he says, "Are you good now?"
I'm I'm fine, really. And he does mean it when he says it. He's, as far as he knows, he's fine. And he is
Oh
just a
shit.
little embarrassed over the cat thing, though.
Gives you a gentle pat on the arm. Sorry, I just thought of something and then Azumi handed me something and I'm just, oh shit.
Oh,
Really?
oh boy.
Um, I think after like a bit of a pause, Azumi kind of sighs and he says, "If you don't mind switching gears a bit, could I ask you something?"
And he kind of sits up a bit straighter and angles to look at you better as he's just, sure. What is it?
When we were talking with Tome, he showed us the culprit, and you told me that was your aunt.
Ah, yeah. Um, I haven't really seen her for about. She was always kind of doing her own thing. I got that sense, but I last time I saw her was about over 2 years ago, where you remember the masquerade that Tom mentioned?
And he nods.
Yeah, I was there as Sam, of course. Um, though since it was a masquerade, obviously she didn't recognize me. Um, but me, and of course she ran off the moment that she saw it was me. 'Cause I don't think she actually wanted to hurt uh me specifically. But this time I saw her, she kind of uh almost killed me.
Hmm.
And she
Uh,
did also actually kill someone else, and she tried to kill Tome too.
huh.
Oh, oh right. He doesn't know that was Tome. So retcon that real quick. She so Camille said that she killed a man, almost killed him, and was trying to kill another person, but no names of that. Uh, but that person's name was not mentioned.
And Azumi kind of readjusts himself later. Um, kind of readjusts himself a bit, and he just kind of sorry, the baby's watching stuff on a tablet, and I can't get him to lower the volume from here, so that's probably picking up on the mic. Um,
It's fine. Don't worry about it.
um, um, and he kind of places a hand on your back, and what he hopes is a comforting gesture, and he just says, "Are you all right?"
Oh, yeah, I am now. I mean, obviously she didn't succeed in killing me, so um and it's not really like I was that close to her.
Oh, you're giving me so many mixed emotions, buddy.
Yeah. I also heard you. Since Camille has the funny little habit of like sort of uh like putting his hand over where the wound is when he's thinking about it, he does actually sort of reach up to hold a part of his back, probably close to where your hand is, considering how small his back is at this point.
Yeah, and he's just kind of. Camille, if I can be honest, if I may be honest with you, you have a horrible habit of downplaying rather traumatic events, or rather, events that would be traumatic to others.
Well, I mean, he pauses to sort of try and find the words. Like, I know that for most people it'd be really traumatizing situation, but I mean, I know I'm a detective. I know that things are uh, dangerous, and it's not
That's
really the worst or most treacherous situation I've been in by far.
that's not exactly what I'm talking about, Camille. Your aunt turned out to be your aunt is responsible for murder. Perhaps multiple. Are you sure you're alright?
And
Do you want to roll insight on Azumi?
sure, because I know where this funny little I know where some of this is coming from. Oh, okay. I guess you've decided to turn the tables, buddy.
Holy shit. God, okay. That sure is a nat 20. I don't have any words for nat 20. I was not prepared.
If you
Um,
want, I can nerf him a little.
no. It's fine. It's fine. This works out actually because Zumi's like give very serious look. It's God. It's a very serious look, and you're not exactly sure if you've ever seen him look like this, but
Oh,
something about his expression. What?
you were cutting out a little bit.
Oh shit! What'd you hear?
Uh, let's see. I heard up to uh I think you were saying you've never seen him really look like this.
Yeah, and something about his expression, like a look behind his eyes. It's familiar, like he can relate on a personal level.
Uh, Camille was about to say something before he sees that and kind of sighs, or he's just, well, I guess I kind of just wish it was anyone but her. But if I'm ever in a situation where I'm able to, then I'm not afraid to bring her in, or at least try to convince her to turn herself in.
And he kind of just nods.
Because a little bit of a sigh as he's just, I still haven't told Leo about that. Um, Probably should at some point.
You really should.
Yeah. And I first found out it's not really like we were on speaking terms, but I you should know at least.
Mm. He kind of sighs and nods and just kind of leans back against the couch a bit.
And Camille kind of pauses before looking up at Azumi and it's just, you don't have to answer this if you don't want to, but did something similar happen to you?
And he glances away.
And Camille, he nods, but he does not push. That is all the answer that he needs.
He's
He,
just. God, he does want to say it. It's just. He doesn't know how.
fair.
Yeah, and he's just kind of sitting there with that.
I think Camille's gonna say, like, I mean, if you want to talk about it, I'm free to listen.
I think he kind of just pauses. Yeah, he pauses and kind of just deep breath, and he says, "My uncle." My uncle was arrested for serial killer.
Sorry, you cut out for a moment.
Oh, he says, my uncle, he was arrested for serial kidnapping and murder.
Ah, and Camille kind of just very gently places a hand on your arm, if you will allow him.
Yeah, he's not stopping you. But he does say, was, hmm, it was just my mother and I. Well, I was young until she died. Um, he was a police detective in a frankly unbelievably small town, so he didn't really visit much, and neither he nor my mother was on good terms with my grandparents. So really the oof, my voice.
I pat
Hang
you.
on. Excuse me.
Azumi having motions
He
today, huh?
yeah, he says really the only extended family I had was my uncle, and he sighs, says, he was nice, I suppose. I don't really remember too much, but I do remember that he was a funny man in a way. But after my mother died, I he was too busy with work, so it's and well, he wasn't exactly the best equipped to take care of a child, so I was put off into the foster system, and a few years later I found out that he had been arrested.
Okay, Iggy, let's not be yelly, okay? We're having tragic backstory time. Iggy does not care for tragic
Wonderful.
backstories, he'll bark anyways. Uh, Iggy, come on. I think Camille's silent as he takes all of that in and then takes then kind of takes a deep breath and is just it I'm sorry, I guess. No, that doesn't exactly feel like the right thing to say. It it sucks and it hurts uh when it's someone that you trusted, I guess.
He's quiet for a minute. He just kind of sighs, rubs a hand against his face, and he says, "To this day, I don't know what to think of him."
Well, I think that it's okay to not know. At least things like that, it's complicated. I mean, in my case, she's still my aunt, and I still care about her. But at the same time, there's not really any excusing what she did. But
And he just kind of nods quietly.
okay, Camille, that sure is a line.
Oh boy.
And he kind of just thinks, and then is then he sighs as he's just, but I really, Iggy? Right in my face?
Thank you, Iggy.
Okay, you want lap time? You'll get it. There you go. Now where are we? Alright. I don't think that I don't think that choosing to love someone has to be a moral statement about them. I think that you can still love someone and care about them even if they're bad, and that you don't have to stop just because they're bad.
Oh, Sumi, buddy. I hold him so gently.
Sometimes Camille just decides to uh, have philosophy, I guess. And he pauses as he's just, I I mean, if you only ever loved people who were perfect and flawless and uh, are just completely good, then I don't think I don't think that there would really be anyone to love, and that the world would probably be a worse place for it.
And Azumi kind of just he's quiet for a moment, kind of just taking that in. And he just kind of sighs after a moment. And he says, a rather sappy thing to say.
Well, I am rather good at being a sap.
He's not crying, but like as he kind of laughs, he does kind of rub a hand at his eyes.
Haha, yeah. Camille, even though he's talking about this specific situation, it sure can apply to other things too, huh?
Yep. He's just sitting here and he's holding that for now. I think he does rustles, like does a little hat rustle on Camille.
There is a little squeak at that. And I think Rattles boy around. What's going on in your little mind?
What's going on in this little man's head?
I think he kind of just flops back into Zumi.
Aww. And he says, Azumi just kind of absent-mindedly wraps an arm around Camille. I think, yeah, I think he kind of just hangs there a bit and he says, do you want to know something funny about all that?
Sure.
The who caught my uncle was none other than Naoya Shirahara.
A blink.
And he nods and he says, the same detective that I studied under.
That really is a funny turn of events.
Small world, isn't it?
He is. But it is strange how life works out like that.
Mm-hmm. It is. As I hold Azumi, what the fuck are you thinking, buddy?
I hold Camille. You want to say something stupid, or do you want to? Okay, I guess you do have to say something stupid as repayment for being smart earlier.
Being so philosophical earlier.
Yeah. Listen, he has a lot of thoughts on justice, which
Mm-hmm.
surprises absolutely no one.
Yeah.
Is he just? I mean, one example of that is the person I randomly met because we both got kidnapped ended up being Arata's brother. So that certainly was a turn of events.
Don't remind me about that. Oh, goodness. You just get put into situations a lot.
Well, I mean, at least for that one, it was more of a light-hearted situation.
Oh, yes. That's a perfectly normal thing to say, a light-hearted kidnapping.
There is a bit of a snort.
You understand how ridiculous that is, right?
Well, I mean, there's different levels to the seriousness of a kidnapping, I think. At least in my experience.
Can you say that again? I zoned out.
Uh, there's levels in terms of how serious a kidnapping is.
I I think I should be concerned with how you know this.
I'm very small, Shiro. I don't know if you've noticed.
Yes, you're very small and very pick-upable. Do you mean to tell me that getting kidnapped is a running gag for you?
um, possibly.
And he puts his head in his hands. And he's just. Well, that is certainly a situation.
I mean, I'm.
And you have certainly been put in that situation.
It's not even the most out there situation I've been in.
He sighs and shakes his head and he just says, "You are unbelievable."
And yet you put up with me. So that is on you.
I, Speaking of being very small, do you want to know what Satomi told me recently?
Camille squints at you.
That you're
What?
very oh,
What did he say?
that you're very susceptible. Now I can talk. Very susceptible to a. He casts Mage Hand on you.
God! It's finally happened. He's been scruffed by Mage Hand on screen.
This happened during the reunion FPS. Azumi's just doing it this time.
True. Listen, I am full of joy whenever it happens. And there's absolutely an indignant squeak from Camille as he's lifted up by the Mage Hand, and it's just like, no, God. Of course, I would have told you that.
And he kind of lets you go, just plops you back into his lap.
He is looking at it, up at you with the. He's
Yeah.
not pouting. He's just very maturely letting his disappointment be known.
Smug older brother vibes.
Exactly.
I don't really have much else for this FPS, but I can end it.
Yeah, I think we can end it with them just chilling.
Yeah. Do you have anything else, or are we just good?
I think we're good. We can uh throw the entire server into disarray by ending this under the 2 hour mark.
Yes. Yes.
All right. So,
We've done it.
we have 2 minutes to close this out before it's 2 hours. Uh thank you, Avi, for playing with me. I hope that you had fun. Uh, I
Thank
know
you,
that I did.
audience.
Thank
Thank
you,
you, audience, for
audience.
praising us for this.
Yes, look at us. We've done it. We've achieved the impossible. Um, so yeah, thank you, audience, both now and in the future. I love you all, and we'll see you later. Bye!
Bye.